We have an insider information that one of the biggest software blockchain companies, ConsenSys, just acquired $372 million worth of Ethereum from Galaxy Digital. But this company is not really made out of professional traders. Didn't they just bought the absolute top of Ethereum before a huge crash? Or are they actually strategically accumulating the long-term bottom? In this video, we will analyze what's about to happen next.
Crypto paradise.
Hello ladies and gentlemen of the Paradise Club, this is Simon from My Crypto Paradise. Together you and me, in the previous videos we have been analyzing Ethereum and we have understood that with the highest probability Ethereum will pump towards these two resistance levels. As you can see, that's exactly what happened. We have beautifully pumped by around 8% and right now we are beautifully rejecting exactly from our resistance level. Well, and the question for this video is what's gonna happen next with the highest probability with Ethereum and with the overall crypto market. As you know, on our free Telegram channel, in the channel we have been updating you with the Paradise team about Bitcoin from the macro perspective, from the ultra high time frame perspective. If you have not seen this update, it's a beautiful update that really explains what's going on. So in the description below there is a link to our free Telegram channel where you can read this free alert update. Also in the previous video, not on Telegram but on YouTube, we have been analyzing the Ethereum dominance, so you know exactly what's happening on ultra high time frame, and also we have been zooming in and you know what's happening on the medium and high time frame. We have done the same thing for Bitcoin dominance, so you exactly know what's going on with the Bitcoin dominance, and we have also been updating this Ethereum versus Bitcoin chart, and you know exactly what we are waiting for at the moment before we can start breaking below or above this contracting triangle, which is a fourth wave of our impulse. Yeah, so in the previous video we have been also analyzing this double bottom Eve and Adam pattern, so you know exactly what's going to happen next with the highest probability with Ethereum slash Bitcoin as well. And because we understand the power is flowing into Ethereum, big boys are right now silently accumulating Ethereum but leaving Bitcoin. For the last couple of weeks we are really just focusing on Ethereum because this is the asset to be fully focused on at the moment. Of course Bitcoin is important as well. We are doing extremely important trading stuff inside of Paradise VIP with Bitcoin that is needed for overall professional trading, but in this analysis where I'm not sharing with you crypto signals with an exact entry and exit targets like we do with the Paradise team inside of Paradise Family VIP, I want to put your focus on Ethereum because it's the higher liquidity asset and better tradable asset right now. So we will be going through the daily chart, we will be going through the 4-hour chart, and we will also go through the low time frame chart. But first let me show you something very interesting, what's happening behind the scenes. Here we can see the buy and sell limit orders. All right, so as you can see, very important buy limit order is right here at $2,550. This is important to understand, and above us there was a sell wall at the VAH but it just disappeared. So above us there is almost nothing. Below us on the futures exchange there are some buy limit orders. All right, so this is important to understand. On the spot exchange however, we can see that there is some big sell limit order at $2,700. so remember these numbers, okay? Another thing what I want to share with you is right now that we are below VAL. We are closing the 4-hour candle in about, let me see, the 4-hour candle we are closing in about 205 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. I definitely want to see this 4-hour candle to close above VAL for sure, otherwise this is going to be considered very bearish. And the daily, I want to reclaim the point of control about $2,600. But right here I just wanted to share with you the important buy wall and the sell wall. Okay, at the moment we are having more market buy orders coming in. This is interesting to understand and very important as well, because if I shift your focus right here, you can see what's happening on the order book suite and on the CVD plus. All right, so on the CVD plus we are having more market buy orders than sell limit orders. All right, and together with that, right here at the top where we had the resistance at around 2,666, we have had a huge distribution with sell limit orders. You know exactly that this is a perfect scenario scenario for a breakdowns, right? It happened, the same thing happened right here. Huge distribution, but upwick in market buying. Bang, it finished as a crash right here as well. Market buying, but distribution, bang, small crash. Right here, uptick in market buying, distribution in sell limit orders, bang, a crash, all right? Right now, however, it's a little bit shifting. We had it right here, but what we can see right here is a little accumulation going on these candles, right? And the market buying is declining. This is important to understand, but also it's great to mention that we need to be very careful because all of this is still playing out, okay? Let's shift our focus right now on technical analysis. We are on a daily time frame. As you know, we are building this channel that is forming 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 candles. However, can we form the final 5th candle towards $3,000, or are we about to have a huge crash to the downside? Well, this is going to be the thing I want to analyze with you right now. And for that, we need to look at a few things. Most importantly is this channel. We have right now break below it, all right? As you know from our website, mycryptoparadise.com, this is a classic motive mode impulse. However, it's very rare that the 4th wave is below the ascending trendline support for a prolonged period of time. There are some exceptions where it's all right and we can still go back inside of the channel to complete the 5th wave, but there are some conditions that needs to be met, and we will be talking about the probabilities of us going back inside of the channel and continuing towards $3,400 or something on Ethereum. Let's go back a little bit. Trading sentiment, this is also something what I have wanted to share with you. As you remember from the previous videos, we have been analyzing the crypto trading sentiment that you can find and monitor with me 24/7 on our website as well. It's for free. I've told you right here we are at the medium time frame bottom, right? The crypto trading sentiment was extremely low considering that the Ethereum and the whole crypto market was at support. So basically when the crypto trading sentiment is below 50% and you can see that the prices are at support, it's a beautiful buying opportunity, and that's just increasing the probabilities of a reversal for bulls, and based on that you can make much better trading decisions. That's exactly what we are doing inside of Paradise VIP, because if you will be taking trades emotionally without a proper system and strategy and only the low probability trade setups, of course, as in the casino, sometimes you can get lucky, but more often than not, the probabilities in few months, few years will start to play out and you will get rid, and the professional traders will get rid of you by a liquidation and the full account wiped out. So be very careful. Make sure that before you enter any trade, it's based on a larger plan, larger strategy, and within your trading system. Let's get back right now to our charts, because I want to share with you this shooting star that I'm seeing on the chart on a daily time frame. So let's get back right now. You know that in the previous video I've been spending loads of time right here. Right now today I will go very quickly through this. I just want to put back your attention to what's going on at the moment. So first of all, let's calculate the waves from our Elliott Wave theory. So here we have finished the 3rd wave, right? The larger degree 3rd wave, and here we have finished the 4th wave. After that we have started to create a 5th wave, larger degree 5th wave, but as you know from our website mycryptoparadise.com, the 5th wave subdivides itself into 5 smaller waves, right? And we can either create an impulse or an ending diagonal. So far it looks like an impulse, but let's calculate the waves together. This was the 1st wave, 2nd wave, and right now we are forming the 3rd wave. However, you know that the 3rd wave also subdivides itself on a larger and also on a lower degree into 5 smaller waves. So this 3rd wave is like this 3rd wave, all right? It's also subdivides itself into 5 smaller waves. So basically right now we are creating the larger degree 3rd wave, all right? And within that we are creating another 5 smaller waves. So basically this and this was this and this, all right? And right now we are creating the 3rd wave, this one, and this one subdivides itself into 5 smaller waves as well, right? And I do believe that right now we are creating this one and this one. Right now we are creating the 2nd wave, the corrective 2nd wave. And for the successful creation and understanding that we are about to go higher, we need to follow few guidelines and few rules, all right? And one of the rule is that we cannot go below the previous low, all right? So we cannot go below the previous low, and the previous low was right here at around $2,470. hours, if we will start crossing below the moving average trend line, below these Fibonacci support levels, and also below the previous low, it will be huge confirmation that this is a break of structure and we are about to start crashing. And probably this was already a different pattern. We have finished the fifth wave already, and we will start going down towards $1,870, ladies and gentlemen, to retest this high of the previous first wave. But at the moment we are holding above it, all right? But there will be some things to watch out for, and the first thing definitely going to be how we gonna hold above this 0.618 Fibonacci retracement level that I have taken from this cycle right here. And basically the one of the guidelines is that most often the secondary wave doesn't exceed the 0.618 or the 786 Fibonacci retracement level, all right? So if you will start to cross below this level, it will decrease the bullish probabilities. If you will start crossing the moving average trend line, it will decrease the probabilities, etc. And based on that, in Paradise Family VIPs, we are adjusting our trading decisions, our trading strategies, okay? So right now, however, we are still above that. If we can hold above this, we can assume that we will start pumping higher, okay? So I want to see a hold above these Fibonacci retracement levels, above this moving average trend line, above this previous low, and this will tell me, all right, everything that goes a little bit towards these levels is for buying. It's a buying opportunity on the lower time frames, okay? So far, however, there are still some risk signs even without crossing below these important support levels, and one of them is this shooting star. As you can see right here, we are creating a second one. First one was right here, created on 3rd of June. Right now we are creating another shooting star. Have a look what happened before. After this shooting star, we have had a crash, all right? So right now we need to be very careful. This is decreasing the probabilities of some strategic bullish actions at the moment, because this is a classic shooting star candle, ladies and gentlemen, and this is often seen at the tops of the trends and works as a probability points for a reversal to the downside. So something to be very careful about. And if we take a look where this Fibonacci retracement level ends, it's 2,550, right? Exactly that level that is being secured and really defended by the bulls that we have been watching right here at this chart. So we are monitoring this with the Paradise team very closely, because sometimes what happens is that they are removing the big limit orders, and basically they are letting the bears to push the price down. If that's gonna happen, we need to be very defensive, and we will be very defensive and place loads of actions to make sure that we are profiting from the big moves, downside or upside. That's very important for professional trading, to be ready for any big move. Right now we can see that the vol is increasing on spot, so this is good, but as I said, on futures and also on the spot, it can disappear and you need to be ready for it, all right? So this is very important, ladies and gentlemen. Let's zoom in to a lower time frame. Also the oscillators, I have been talking about the difficulties what we are seeing on the oscillators in the previous video. I will not go through this today because you already know from the previous video what we are waiting for to see for further confirmations. Let's zoom in right now into 4-hour time frame, ladies and gentlemen. What do I see right here? So first of all, let's have a look at the oscillators right here on the MACD indicator. So what do we see is a bearish divergence, right? Perfectly, it hit our resistance level. As we have went to the upside, we have created a higher high. However, the histogram on the MACD created lower high. That is a classic strong bearish divergence. As you know from our website, price is making higher high, but the momentum is not there. The indicator, the oscillator is making lower high, and that basically, if it really synergizes with some important resistance, creates a huge opportunity for the bears to take over and creates this sell pressure what we are seeing right now. There will be an opportunity for a bullish divergence, but we will need to start some upward momentum first. Right now we can clearly see that the bears are starting to gain a little bit of strength. Together with that, we have a bearish cross on RSI. From a medium time frame perspective, this doesn't look good, and we are right now in open hands with stochastic RSI, even though we are in oversold area. But look what happened right here during the price action that we had on 30 May, when the oscillator was already in the oversold area as well. However, the open hands were there without any bullish cross. So we need to be very careful. What is positive positive is the momentum, the volume, I mean, the volume we have got on this breakout from this resistance, okay? This was above average because we have crossed this moving average trend line of the volume. This is good, but take a look what happened right here on 29th of May. We also had a very nice volume on the breakout above this resistance. However, then we have crashed below the moving average trend line, below the orange trend line, and we have not been able to get back above it. And something similar is happening right now. We had a very nice volume like we had right here on 29th of May. Right now we are crashing downwards and we are not able to cross above the moving average trend line. I want to see a cross above the moving average trend line to say that the medium time frame is bullish, ladies and gentlemen, okay? So I want to see a reclaim, that means breakout, retest, turning this back into a support and then continuation, and I will say with the highest probability that we can continue higher towards the $2,900 resistance. But there is one closer resistance and we have been already seeing the sell walls, right? I have told you the sell walls. Where is the important resistance that the bears are defending? And that is at $2,700. And as you can see, it perfectly synergized with our resistance zone on low time frame, ladies and gentlemen. However, we are right now fighting with the $2,550 support that is also the previous high of this candle. So let me introduce you the low time frame. What's going on right here on Ethereum? We have created a nice impulse 1, 2, 3. This is basically within the larger third wave that I have shared with you on the daily time frame when we have been analyzing the daily time frame. So we have created first wave, second wave, third wave, and right now we are creating a fourth wave. Probably fourth wave, or it might be a break of structure if something what I'm about to tell you is gonna happen. So right now we are in a fourth wave, I do believe still, and we are creating either a double three or an expanded triangle. So again, as you know from our website microparadise.com, there are 9 corrective mode waves, all right? The fourth wave of an impulse is having one of those, all right? And most often it's an expanded triangle, double three, or a variation of thereof, all right? So it's either double three or expanded triangle. However, we need to hold above this descending trend line, all right? This is on 1 hour time frame. What I don't want to see right now, we are closing a candle within like 6 minutes. I don't want the 1 hour candle to close below the descending trend line. That would create some bearish opportunities and it would really start breaking the structure. But so far we can calculate the subwaves, all right? So this is the first wave A, this is the zigzag B, this is the zigzag C. If we can hold above this descending trend line, so this would be a double three, right? If that's the case, this fourth wave is already finished and we are about to start pumping towards fifth wave, towards that $2,700 that is gonna be working as a big resistance. So right now, however, what I want to see is the descending trend line holding. I want to see this horizontal line that I will put there right now. Let me do it right here. I want that to hold as well, right? So if we want to start pushing to the upside, we need to start gaining some momentum on this bullish divergence that we are forming right here. As you can see, the price action is creating a lower low, right? This was the low, this is a lower low. However, so far the histogram is creating a high low, but that can change very quickly if we will continue in this downward price action. But as you can see already right now, we are getting some reaction from the previous high. I will put this into a green color, all right? So again, if this gonna hold, I do believe it will gonna hold. Let me see what's going on with the orders. Yeah, they are holding pretty strong. They are still there. Again, it can change, right? But I really want to see the 4 hour candle to start closing above the VAL. I want to see the point of control to be really by the bulls re-encourage. I want that to be the case for the daily candle to close above the point of control. And then I can say with the highest probability that we are about to start going upwards towards this $2,700. That will finish the fifth wave and then we will have a correction. About that I will keep you updated in the next videos. So right now you know what we are waiting for, you know what we are looking for, and basically I will keep you updated again on Saturday. As you know, I'm updating you every Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday. If you are enjoying these updates, smash the like button. Of course you don't need to, but feel free. If you are getting some value out of these videos, smash the like button, but you don't need to, right? And I will see you again on Saturday. Cheers.